Hello, my name is Chris Jenkins with Charlotte Vibe, and today I have joining me in the studios the one and only Roman Harper of the Carolina Panthers. Roman, thank you so much, sir, for taking time out on an off day of a bye week to come by the studio and talk with me and the fans.
Yeah, man, just trying to do what I got to do, man. I appreciate you having me.
I appreciate it. So let's get to talking about the hottest topic in the city right now. Our Carolina Panthers, your football team, you guys are 4-0. What's it like right now for you guys?
It's exciting. The fact that we played 4 games and we have 4 wins, that's what you try and aim for. We know we have bigger goals and aspirations this year, so we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves. We're taking it one game at a time. And, you know, this is just all part of the process. And this is just what we expected to do. It's not surprising for anybody in our locker room right now.
What's been the biggest key you feel for this team to get to that 4-0 this year?
I think the turnover differential. Offense not turning the ball over defensively, creating turnovers and getting points off of it. I think we're playing good defensively about 75-80% of the time. And that other 20, we got to continue to work and get better. And the fact that we're 4-0 now and still looking at ways to improve, that's the type of team and attitude that we got to keep going.
I know everybody expects to win because at this level you wouldn't be playing if you didn't expect to win.
Right.
But has there been anything that's been surprising about the way that you guys have been winning or the defense so far this year?
No. Just the way we practiced and everything, it kind of sets up. I mean, we've been able to do some different things defensively. I think Sean McDermott has done a great job of learning the personality of our team and our defense individually. Sorry.
That's what you get for me for getting started early.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, I think just learning how to play with each other. I think you know, we are a different defense than we've been in the past, but I think individually we care about each other, and when you know the person beside you, you play a little bit different. It means a little bit more to you, and I think the closer we've come as a group, the better it shows on film.
Is this bye week coming at a good time for these injuries?
You know, I guess so. I really hardly ever like a early bye, but you know, it just seems like we knew it was coming, and the fact that like boom, we had these 4 games. Let's go out here. Let's get into a great hot stretch run. Boom, and now we get a bye. Then we go to Seattle after this bye weekend, and it couldn't have been at a better time actually, just for this team at this right time, for just you know, coming off 4 straight wins, great wins, some injuries, ups and downs. But at the end of the day, we get the wins on each one of them, and defensively, offensively, all putting it together. Special teams as well. You know, now we get a little break, and then we get this long stretch and get it going again.
And one of my favorite questions I like to ask you guys, I know for me being out on the field pregame, it's exciting. I'm just a reporter, so I know it's really exciting for you guys. When you come out that tunnel, if you could pick a song that you could come out to, what would it be?
I'm more of like a one song guy, so I would be Sly Grizzy, I'm So Awesome. That would be about it.
I like that. I like that.
My wife and I did it for our wedding too, so
okay.
Yeah, so we like set it up to where everybody could come out to smoke, cause you know, somebody like my dad's never got to come out to smoke.
Right.
Somebody like my brother, you know, he ain't got it, so that was a chance to do whatever they wanted to do. It was fun.
Okay, some non-football questions. It is a bye week coming up, so what you got planned, man? You gonna kick back?
I'm going to San Diego. See my
going
wife.
cross country?
Yeah, man. Me and the fam going to San Diego. Going to see my wife's family. Her father and stepmother live out there, so, and her sister. So we're gonna go out there, spend the rest of the week. It should be fun, man. Get some good weather, relax a little bit. I don't plan on doing a lot of anything, so it's gonna be nice.
That's good. Tell me this. What's something that may not be widely known about Roman Harper that you could share with us today?
My wife says it all the time. I'm pretty lazy. I don't do a lot of anything. When I'm not playing football, I'm not walking. I don't like going anywhere. I really enjoy my friends. I love golf, but majority of the time, though, man, if I'm not doing one of those things, something with family or golfing or something, I'm probably just on the couch.
Or on a mini Segway?
Yeah, or my mini Segway. I don't even want to talk about that right now because, like, it pains me. But I usually am strolling that thing around the town, too.
You haven't broke yours, have you?
No. I'm riding good on mine, so I know how to ride. I got it in my car right now, actually, outside.
We were talking a little bit before we got on camera about sports. It seems like you are a big sports fan. Is that the case?
I am. I enjoy sports. I always grew up loving football. And I never thought in a million years I'd play it for a living, but, you know, you always grew up watching it and Joe Montana. I was a big 49ers fan. Joe
Okay.
Montana, Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, all these guys. And then when I get to meet them, it's crazy. I couldn't barely talk when I met Joe Montana because his son was at Tulane, so I got to meet him at a restaurant one time. So, different things like that. Or Brent Jones, I met him one time. He told me he was a fan of mine. So, things like that, man. I love the Lakers. I'm a big basketball fan, and I've always tried to just, I've always been into the video games and things like that. So they make you closer. And it's amazing that, I grew up playing Madden my whole life.
And now you're on it.
Now I'm on it and I don't even play it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What you to think of the Lakers right now?
You know what? I think we got a chance to make it into the playoffs.
Make it into the playoffs?
Into the playoffs.
Okay.
I'm not crazy now. We're not championship caliber right
Okay.
now. But, I just want to make sure that we go out on the right foot and make sure that, if Kobe's going to be there, let's give him some competitive years. And at least get some. I think they got some nice pieces though around him. I think Clarkson's going to be a good two for us. Everything that he showed last year. I think D'Angelo Russell's going to be really good. They said he's got superstar talent all over him. So, and I'm glad that they put his locker right next to Kobe. Hopefully, because Kobe's just a killer, man. He's got the killer instinct, and that's what makes him so great. Is that his willingness to be the best and his willingness to win and never die. Whether he's 2 for 30, he's going to shoot 31 and think it's going to go in.
So you want that to be contagious, huh?
Yeah, I want that to be contagious, man. As an athlete, you got to have that type of mentality that you are the best and your competitiveness will always, at the end of the day, you're willing to compete longer than the guy you're going across from.
Okay. I love talking to you, but I got to give my fans some time to talk to you. So I'm going to scoot over here, walk in front of the camera for a second. But I will not forget, and I'm going to let you talk into this camera here.
All right.
Let's talk about that hope for tomorrow, because that's really important.
Yeah, so my dinner I got coming up October the 26th. It's going to be after that Philly game that Monday. It's going to be a great time. Me and my teammates, we're going to do a charity celebrity waiter dinner. It's $200 a ticket. You go to hope41.org for all the details and prices and where you can get tickets and things like that, which tickets are running out. We don't have many left. So it's going to be a great time. Chef Rocco lets us host the thing in Fahrenheit. Best view in the city of any restaurant by far. Again, you already know. And it's a really good time. It's all benefits go to my charity, and every dollar we get, we take in, we literally give it right back out. And we're really just trying to put our footprint here in Charlotte with different schools. And we just started, we did a 7-on-7 camp this off season here in Charlotte. We're doing a reading program. I revamped that a little bit. We've been able to do that throughout the state of Alabama, Louisiana, and now we're trying to move it here to North Carolina. And we got a new cleat program where we're donating cleats to different schools. So, hey man, we're just trying to do as much as we can and give away as much as we can. And I'm just trying to affect this community in a positive manner.
How do people find out more about that? And you guys on Periscope can go ahead and start sending your questions for me to ask Roman. How do they get details about the Hope for Tomorrow?
Just hope41.org.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna take some questions here. All right, you ready for them?
I'm ready.
The first one is, did you marry a local girl? So I guess they want to know about your wife.
She was local in Alabama. She moved from an Indian reservation. She's Native American, so she moved from the Indian reservation out of South Dakota. I met her in high school, so we dated in high school, broke up in college, did our own thing, and we got back together. So we have 2 beautiful daughters, and that's my homie right there.
All right, so you can defer on any of these if you want, but they want to know what you think about Johnny football.
I've always been a big fan of his. He was exciting in college, and I wish him nothing but the best. I don't wish bad on anybody. I want him to be successful. They drafted him first round. I want him to pan out, just like every other player. Why? Because I want everybody to get their money and be successful.
You got to come more often, man. I'm loving these questions already. Do people say you look like Dr. J?
No, I've gotten Tupac before.
Okay.
But I've never gotten Dr. J. But I could see that though. And one time I saw him in Atlanta airport and I froze up because I was like, I think that was Dr. J. And this guy, this older white man in front of me was like, dude, that was Doctor, that was Julius Erving. So the only me and him picked up on, he just kind of cruised right by kind of fast. But Hey man, I've never heard that one, but that's I'll take it. He's a great one.
You didn't get a chance to meet him?
No.
Another predictable question is about the hair, man. Is it naturally what we see, or is that a commercial coming endorsement?
No, I've never dyed it. I've had it since it started coming in when I was in like 7th grade. My barber was like, "Dude, you got some gray hair," and he asked me, "Did he want me to cut it out?" And I told him, "No, just don't worry about it." And it's been coming in ever since, and it's just more and more every time I seem like I get my hair cut. It's just, and my daughter and my sister says it looks really bad on HD TV because, not HD, but on HD because it really just stands out, pops. And everybody thinks I'm so much older than what I am. I'm still kind of young.
I'll share offline what my son said about you the other day. That I said I have to tell you about. Unique locker room stories that you could share.
Trey Boston is a dancer. That is what I would say.
Yeah.
Trey's always working on some new up-to-date dance move or something. Him, Marcus Ball, Ben Wickery's a dancer, but mostly Trey Boston he's always got something going on.
Two-part question here. Will you watch the Concussion movie coming out?
It's a concussion movie?
Yeah, you know about it?
No.
It's a movie coming out with starring Will Smith, and they're going to talk about it's dealing with concussions in the NFL. So he doesn't know, so he can't answer that. But
sounds interesting. I don't know how you would be able to make a movie about it. It's been part of the game forever, man. We play a violent sport. It's a lot of big people running at high rates of speed, and they're running into each other. So it's got to be tough to hold on. But I'll hear about it, and I'll see if I'll see it.
Will you let your kids play?
Yeah, I hope they do play football. My wife wants them to play baseball, but but I'm all about it. We have 2 daughters right now, so neither one of them playing football. But if they want to play, I let them play. But I would always tell them, you can only play till you're about junior high. Then you got to go. There's no real future for you in football.
Oh.
It is what it is.
I guess your dancing made them think about this, but they want to know if you have a touchdown celebration lined up. Josh right now is riding the horses, so.
Josh is riding the horse. No, I do not. I usually just kind of whatever happens. I don't really think about it. Definitely give the honor to God first, and then and that's really about it. Deion
Sanders, everybody.
Deion, well, if you do the Deion's gonna put you on prime time plays. So that's always just the end. Like, if you go ahead and stroll across with the prime time, then he's gonna give you love later. So that is why you usually do it. I've met Deion a couple times. He's a cool cat. So he's everything you'd imagine.
Talk about the culture on the defensive side of getting these new guys, these younger guys, into the Carolina Panthers and that defensive culture.
Well, it's easy for young guys to fall in line and do right when your older guys or your veteran leaderships are the ones that are working hard. And if they pave the way, guys just kind of fall in line because they don't want to not be the one that's not doing like everybody else. And when you set the right culture and the right guys around people, it's easy. And Thomas Davis, Luke, all those guys, they paved the way. Dwan Edwards, the guys are doing it the right way. Charles Johnson. And it makes it easier for young guys to come in here, fall right in line, and continue to go. And we don't miss a beat. And it's been really good to see. And it's been amazing for me just being able to come here, like a refreshing type of deal for my career, and just going out here and being successful and really enjoying these new group of guys.
Somebody asked about an impression of Ryan. If you could, I don't know what Ryan you guys are talking about. I don't know if by default you have a idea. So we'll come back to that question.
It's a lot of Ryans.
It's a lot of Ryans. I know some came to mind immediately for me. Well, they want to know when you guys practice again. They practice again tomorrow, and then they're off for the rest of the week, resuming back next week. Best defensive guy you would say that you've ever played with? I know that's going to be a hard one, right?
That is a hard one. I played with some good guys. Luke's going to be up there. Thomas Davis is one of the fastest linebackers, probably the fastest linebacker I've ever played with. Darren Sharper was probably the best playmaker I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how. He had just this sick, keen to where like he always just found the ball. I mean, whether it's a fumble, it was crazy. Jonathan Vilma was the best leader of men I've ever been around. I've never seen anybody. We literally called him Caesar from like Planet of the Apes because he ran us. Like it was like crazy. Whatever he said goes. Period. It just was what it was. And one of my best friends too. And so those are my top group guys right there. I've seen a lot of talented. Julius Peppers is probably the most freakishly big, athletic guy I've ever seen and played against. And so you get those guys too. Calvin Johnson is amazing. I saw him at the Pro Bowl when we were both very young, and I told everybody, I said, I don't know about all these other receivers, but this dude Calvin Johnson is the best dude out here by far.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when you see those guys, it's amazing to see them.
All right, we're going to wrap up, guys. I actually just forgot my next question for you, Mr. Harper, but you talked about locker room location earlier when we were talking about basketball and Kobe. Mm-hmm. Who's beside you in the locker room?
I got Trey Boston to my right, and I got freaking Josh Norman on my left. So I'm in between two characters. And I tell Mr. Gettleman all the time, y'all don't pay me enough to do this with these guys.
Last one. Oh, before I get berated here, you're getting a lot of love from people that miss you in New Orleans. So you might want to say something to the people in New Orleans that you miss them, that you appreciated them or something.
I do appreciate them. I love that city, man. I always, that's why I got a place there still. So I love that city. Everything we were able to do for that city was amazing. I truly did not understand the things we were doing for that city by winning those games and how much we changed that whole culture. Looking back on it, people laughed at me when I got drafted to New Orleans because it was like, oh, you'll never go to the playoffs, this, that, and the other. And now you look back, man, we changed the whole culture, the whole mindset of that team, that city. We were winners for the first time, and winning the Super Bowl there, they'll remember us forever, and we did something special. Their fans there are awesome. They have some of the best fans in the world. And they were here in Carolina. Some of the guys were there, and, I'm over here warming up, and they're literally yelling to me instead of for the Saints, telling me how much they miss me. And, hey, you still one of us and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I appreciate the love. I love my teammates, and I love this city here in Charlotte, and I love where I'm at now. It's the best thing for me in my career. And going forward, I'm just, but I'll always have something special in New Orleans, and I'll always appreciate them for everything that they allowed me to do and drafting me and all the success that we had. Now,
I know most football players, you guys are not as easily recognized as basketball players because you got a helmet on.
Right.
But does this help you out a little bit?
I mean, I wouldn't say help me, but it definitely makes me stand out more than anybody else. I mean, I tell everybody's like, would you ever diet, this, that, and the other? And I'm like, look, people recognize me because of it, because I have obviously a young face, and then I have all this gray hair, and nobody else has that. And it's always a conversation starter if I'm out. People always like, so how old are you? I'm like, 32. And everybody always wants to know that. So how old are you? I'm like, 32. And then they don't believe it because they're really confused. And but yeah, I've had it forever. It's always a conversation starter. Women dig it, so it's distinguished. Is what they always say.
Distinguished gentleman.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, but it is what it is.
Well, appreciate you coming by, man. We hopefully will have you back. Since now you got here, you know how to get here. We're just a stone's throw away, as they say in the South, from the stadium.
Really is. It's right here.
That you can come by. So I want to thank you guys that are watching on YouTube, online as well, to make sure you subscribe to our channel, because a lot of times when I interview guys like Roman in the locker room or on the field, the NFL only allows me to have those videos up for 24 hours. So if you subscribe, you'll be able to see those interviews right away. And you can follow me at Charlotte Vibe on Twitter and Instagram. Let's talk about where to follow you at social media, because you do a lot of social media as well.
Yeah, man, I try to. I'm at Harp_41 and at Harp41 on Twitter. So the other one's Instagram, which I just got on. I don't know.
You don't know yet?
Yeah, I'm just.
You got to go with a Snapchat as well?
I refuse a Snapchat. I refuse a Snapchat. Won't happen.
Why is that?
That's just trouble. It's just trouble waiting to happen. I'm fine. I'll be all right. Heather, I'm good. I'm not Snapchat.
She's good. Appreciate it, boss,
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for having me in Roll Tide too, man. Appreciate it.
I was wondering when that was going to come out.
Everybody tried to doubt us. How dare they try and doubt us?